morning to all of you. Today I am going to talk about something very, very important. Okay, how many of you remember school used to have a diary when the school used to be there? How many of you remember? Raise your hand if you remember. Shaurya, do you remember what used to be written in the diary, Shaurya?
Yes, teacher, demerits and the school prayers and demerits.
Correct. The most important, the rules and regulations, everything was written. Do you remember? Do you recall? Yes. Is the screen visible for all of you? Akshat, can you see my screen, dear?
Yes, teacher, it's very clear.
Okay. Now listen to me very carefully, okay? Now someone has entered in the waiting room. Just give me a second time, okay? Just a moment. Now we used to have the diary for our school, right? Why? Because the school cannot function unless until we have a set of rules. Is it clear? So that rules is to be mentioned in the diary. How many of you remember? Give me a thumbs up that it was written. How to apply for the leave if you are to take, if you are to remain absent. If you are unwell, what your parents have to do. If you are planning for a holiday, what you have to do. So everything was written, right? Right. Now, how many of you aware that Britishers is to rule our country? Do you know that? Britishers is to rule our country. Very good. Shaurya knows that. Now, today Biban is free to do whatever Biban wants to do. That doesn't mean Biban can do anything, whatever he feels like doing. He has to listen to his parents, to his teachers. Generally, I'm telling, generally Biban has the freedom to do the things what he can do. Why? Because we are free now. Earlier, we used to not be like that. We used to be ruled by Britishers. Foreigners used to rule us, and they used to decide what we can do, what we cannot do. So Indians did not like. Now, will you like it now if I come over and take over your house? I told you, I come to whose house? I come to Demira's house, and I take over Demira's house. Okay, and I do not allow Demira to do anything freely. And I tell you, you have to listen only everything whatever I will tell you to do. Will you like it? Will you like it? No. Same way, no Indians like it. So all the Indians, we have done a chapter also on that. Do you remember? Do you recall we have a chapter? We have done a chapter in SST. Who can tell me the name of the chapter where we have talked about this same thing? Vivan, can you name me the chapter? Better tell the chapter's name. Do you recall? Yes, Vivan?
Yes, teacher. Teacher, national symbols and animals.
Correct. In that chapter, we have spoken about that the freedom fighters, they fought for our freedom. And now this is a newspaper clipping from a very, very long time ago. This is not very clear, but if you can see it very clearly, minutely, just look here what it is written. August 15, 1947. So what happened? All of them fought. All the freedom fighters fought against the British and we got the freedom. Can you see the word freedom over here? Now, the moment we got the freedom, a huge problem arises. Why? Because India is such a big country, right? There is a huge problem. What we can do, what we cannot do, what we should do, everything needs to be decided. Why? Because still Britishers used to rule us. They used to decide everything for us. The moment we become free, we had to do everything on our own. So all the leaders of our country, they all got together and they were all very, very nice people. They thought of all over India, all the people, those who are living in India, and they made a rule book. Okay. Now, who will read that book? Is there in a slide? Who will read the name of the book? Ash, please put your speaker on mute, Putta. Nitya, can you read the name for me?
Yes, teacher. The Constitution of India.
Correct. Okay. Now, look here very carefully. Now, this is a book which is written by, you know, how many people came together actually? How many people came together to write the book? Any idea? Any number? Can anyone give me any number? Think, huh? Big, fat book. All the rules are written. How many people must have come together to write it? Yes. Yes, yeah.
Teacher, I think 6.
I'll tell you the number. Don't get a surprise. 299. 2, 9 and 9. 299 people came together and they all, before writing the constitution of our India, they read about the other countries' constitution. So whatever is good in other countries' constitution, they got inspiration from there and then wrote this rule book. Now this rule book, now you can see this rule book is written by hand when first it was written. And all the leaders, those who are over here, they are signing in the paper because they all agreed that they all are going to follow all the rules and the regulations which is there. Ready? Now I'm showing you, this is what we all know. It was there in our chapter. Who will identify this person? You all know this person. We have done it in our chapter. Okay, very good. Zara, please identify him.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Correct. Now, he was what? We have learnt it. Who remember? Who was he? You have identified the person correctly. Who will tell me who was he? B.R. Ambedkar is the correct answer. Who was he? Who was he? Who remembered? Nobody remembered? Vivan, do you recall? Vivan, do you recall? Who was he? Please tell.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had offered a huge part in writing the Constitution of India.
Correct. Now please look here. The book which I'm talking about, the Constitution of India, has got all the rules and regulation, and all over India, whoever lives in India, they all have to follow this rule book. Okay, you cannot say I cannot do anything which is against this book. Then it is something which is punishable. So you have to follow each and everything, whatever is written in our book of Constitution. Is it clear? Now, this book is very, very old, so it is kept in a glass box so that it doesn't get spoiled. Okay, I'll show you one page. I'll show you the first page. Just look at this page. This is the first page of that book. Now, can you believe it, how beautiful it is looking? The most important thing, these designs which you are seeing on the side, they are made by hand. These are handmade. Someone has drawn this, and it starts with a page which looks like this. All these drawings which you see on the border, now you can see our national emblem. Everything has been done by hand. It is not printed. It is made by someone. It is drawn by someone. Can you see how beautiful is that? Yes. So this book is something, when you go to higher classes, you will have a chapter. Constitution of India. In 5th standard, there is an entire chapter. But as of now, you all should know the name of the book. And this book took time to write. So 1947, we got our independence, right? 15th August. It took almost 3 years. So on which date it came into effect? 26th Jan 1950. So who will tell me which day, the 26th Jan is celebrated as which day? Who will tell me 26th January? Yes. Everyone should know. Yes, Satya. Which day? We celebrate it as which day?
Republic Day.
Republic Day. Very good. So how many of you will remember to follow each and every rule of this constitution? Give me a promise. This is your promise. We are going to abide by all the rules, all the regulations. Okay. Thank you, Neha teacher.
Now, children, today, 26th of November, is called the Constitution Day. Earlier it was called the National Law Day. Now, Constitution Day in Hindi, if I say, it is Samvidhan Divas. Divas is day. And have you ever heard of the word Constitution, Indian Constitution? Is there anyone who has come across the word? Yeah, Constitution is basically a law, a book that has all the rules and regulations which we, the citizens of India, are supposed to follow. India was under the British rule. Then after we gained independence, one minute, Asha, let me complete. After we gained independence, to run a country, to govern a country, to administer a country, there should be rules. How in our school, children, there is certain rules which children should follow, the rules and regulations. Same way, school is a small concern. When you talk about your country, there should be a set of rules, So, this was the day, 26th of November. It happened in 1949 that we adopted the constitution, The constitution was adopted and it came into force. We started following it. It was enforced on 26th of January 1950, when we say that it is, our republic, the day we celebrate our republic day, Now, when we talk about this particular day, 26 November 1949, it has its own importance. First thing I told you, it was the day when the constitution was adopted. And why we are celebrating this day? Because we want to acknowledge the contribution that was made by the people then, the framers of the constitution. Someone sat together. It is not the rules, it was just not there. People said there was a committee formed. This is called the drafting committee. They came together with the chairperson being Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. We celebrate Ambedkar Jayanti, right, children? So Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar, he was the chairperson, and they all came together to draft. First, everything, you cannot be, a final thing cannot be made. First, a draft has to be made. It has to be read out to everyone. It has to be, so that every citizen is aware of it. Only then, when everyone says it's fine, then we follow a rule. Okay. So drafting this the rules, the framework, the constitution took 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. For so many days, they sat and they worked on it. Okay. Now, having said this, you may ask teacher, then why are we celebrating this particular day as Constitution Day? Because earlier it was National Law Day. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, all of you are aware of the Prime Minister, right? You're in 5th now, you should be aware of. Narendra Modi, he just made a declaration on 11th of October 2015, while he was, he laid a foundation stone of B.R. Ambedkar statue of Equality Memorial. It's here in Mumbai, children. When he was laying the foundation stone for that particular statue that was to build, he declared that from that we will be celebrating. He declared that 26th November will now henceforth. That was in 2015. I'm saying, children, not this year. Since 2015. 26th November, we have started celebrating it as the Constitution Day. And that day, it's actually, when it was the foundation stone was there, it was actually the 25th birth anniversary of Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. Now, the basic thing why we are doing it, once I said that we acknowledge the contribution made by the people who framed the Constitution. Apart from that, we want to spread the thoughts and ideas of Dr. Ambedkar. And this drafting committee, it was made in 29. Actually, it was constituted in 29th of August 1947. Now, I know you people have some idea of the Constitution, but I'll give you just a brief of it. It is, it's a huge book. It's an enormous book with all its pages. The entire book is bound in black leather, and it has embossed patterns in gold in it. Now, the entire thing is not typed or printed. It is handwritten. Each word, beautifully calligraphed. And it was written by, I guess some of you might be knowing the name. It was written by Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada, who calligraphed it very intricately, each word. And, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he himself approached Raizada with the proposal of writing the Constitution in that calligraphy style, and he instantly agreed. He never said, okay, I'll take time to think and all that. He just instantly agreed to it, and he did not even charge a single penny. And I know we haven't seen it. When you go to the library that is there in the Parliament, you can see that this Constitution, the book, that is placed, in a special helium case. I think Sonali teacher had shown you earlier when she was teaching. In a helium case, it has been kept in the Indian Parliament Library. There, all the illustrations that is there, it was made by someone known as Nandalal Bose. He's a famous painter from Shantiniketan. Our constitution is the longest written constitution, which has around 1,17,369 words. Some say it is 1,17,450. Some that figure may be vary because amendments are being made, so it may change in the long run. Now, this final draft, when they sat with it, they wrote it. It was over in 26 November 1949, but we decided that it will be legally implemented on 26 January 1950. 26 January has its own importance. This as far as the history of India is concerned, it was in 1930. On 31st December 1929, it was declared that we will now go for Purna Swaraj. It was declared by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on the banks of River Ravi in Lahore. And they decided that we will be celebrating Independence Day. Earlier, they said that they will be celebrating Independence Day on 26th of January. But that did not happen. We know the day we got our independence, and which is the day we celebrate as Independence Day. So now, children, once the constitution is made, it became the law of the land. We follow, and it tells us about all the the political rights of the government, what are the legislative rights, what the government should do for us, how government should, how we all should treat each other equally. All are equal. What are our fundamental rights? What are duties? All that is given in detail in the constitution. So today, please remember, today is an important day, because many a time you'll just take a day as it. You should remember it was celebrated earlier as National Law Day. Now it is the Constitution Day or the Samvidhan Divas. Got followed, children? Okay.
So children, today is 26th of November, and every year on 26th of November, we celebrate Constitution Day. It was this day when the Constitution was given for the country, for our country. Okay, now this Constitution Day is basically adopted to commemorate the Constitution of India, which was declared on 26th of November 1949. It was basically a constitution, a drafting committee was made, and which had many leaders, many leaders who together discussed and made this constitution for our country's welfare, for our country's smooth functioning. And it was the main chairperson of this constitution was Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who was basically the chairman of the drafting committee. And it was because of his hard work, his dedication, he was given the title of the father of the Constitution. Okay, so basically this Constitution gives us, our Constitution is basically handwritten. Okay, it is the handwritten Constitution, and it is one of the longest Constitution of the entire world. And children, our Constitution declares our country as a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. I hope you know the meaning of all these things. You might have studied in history. What do you understand by sovereign? That our country is free, is a free country. It is not having an external force. It is governed. It has the right. It has the duty to govern itself. Then secular, basically we are not having an official religion. Every religion in our country is given equal right and equal respect. Then being socialist means that in our country, we have the duty, it's our government's duty, it's everybody's duty to think for the poor people, to think for the weaker section, to think for the society, and to bridge the gap between the society, between the sections of the society, between the poor and the rich people. And to be a democratic means the government of our country is being elected by the people of our country. This government is basically for the people, by the people, and of the people. We celebrate Constitution Day basically to connect us with the basic root cause to make our country more better place to live. Okay, now we have Anurag, Riddhi Vriddhi, and Palak sharing us few concepts, few information about our Constitution Day. We go ahead with Anurag.
The Indian Constitution. What is the Constitution? Constitution Day is also known as Samvidhan Divas. It was on this day in 1949 that a constitution was adopted, although it came to effect on the 26th of January 1950. It is the supreme law of the country. It lays down the rules that governs us. It also tells us about the legal duties and responsibilities of the government of India. It was under the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar that the drafting committee was tasked to draft the constitution. Our constitution is the longest one in the world due to the complexity of our country. Today, we celebrate the hard work and dreams that our founding fathers had for us.
Anurag, can you go to the next slide also?
However good a constitution may be, if those who are implementing it are not good, it will prove to be bad. However bad a constitution may be, if those implementing it are good, it will prove to be good.
Anurag, we couldn't see the other parts of your slide, of your PPT. Could you please show us? I think you forgot to go ahead with your PPT. And the other students, I would request you to put on your videos like Riddhi, Vriddhi and Palak while you are explaining.
Teacher.
Teacher, is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible.
Teacher's not going into slideshow mode.
Okay, no problem. You can go ahead still with the on the this side. You can just click on the slide. No, so the next slide will come, even if it is not going for the slideshow.
The Indian Constitution.
The role of Dr. Ambedkar in the Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar was regarded as the father of the Indian Constitution and is probably the most well-known of all Constituent Assembly members. He also played a key role in social movements that fought for the rights of untouchables to access public utilities and temples such as the Mahasatyagraha. Dr. Ambedkar became a key figure in India's constitution-making process due to the offices he held and his interventions and speeches in the assembly. Dr. Ambedkar's interventions and speeches on various aspects of the Constitution were insightful, well-reasoned, and scrupulously researched. This won him the support and respect of other members of the Assembly who allowed him to lead the constitution-making project. The contribution of Dr. Ambedkar in Indian democracy is not to be forgotten. As a chairman of the Constitutional Committee, he gave a shape to our country of a complete sovereign, democratic and republic based on adult franchise. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's name will be written in golden letters in the history of India as a creator of social justice. This fact is doubtless. He was not only the man of age and builder, but the Constitution, but also the creator of social justice and betterment of the downtrodden. He was one of the few sons in the history of India that he can be said to the gift of Indian freedom movement. He spent his whole life for the betterment of the poor, exploited, untouchables, and troubled classes. Thus, Dr. Ambedkar's
contribution to the Indian Constitution is undoubtedly one of the highest order. Indeed, he deserves to be called the father of the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Thank you.
Vidhi.
Role of Ammu Swaminathan in the Constituent Assembly. Who was Ammu Swaminathan? Ammu Swaminathan was born in Palakkad district of present-day Kerala in 1894. Her ideas were feminist from a very young age, and this continued to manifest in her activities as a social reformer and politician. Her careers, both before and after independence, shows qualities of resilience and fortitude as she bravely stood up against the injustice around her and the activity worked to bring about the structural change as well. About Ammu Swaminathan. In 1946, she was elected to the Constituent Assembly from Madras and was one of the very few women involved in the drafting of the Indian Constitution. A dynamic personality and strong woman, Ammu Swaminathan remains an inspiration to us even today. Dabbling in multiple areas where women at that time had restricted access to and excelling in all of them, she not only led the struggle for independence but also for the empowerment and gender equality. Ammu Swaminathan, the freedom fighter who helped build our constitution. Thank you.
Palak.
Importance of Constitution. What is the importance of Constitution? The most important purpose of a Constitution it draws a limit on the power of government by outlining a framework within which the government must function. Here's an image of the Constitution of India. Constitution of India. The Indian Constitution clearly specifies that India will have a democratic form of government, indicating that the people of the country will choose the government. More on Constitution. It lays down the function of the government. Governments basically involves three care functions: making laws, informing these laws, and adjusting on disputes arising in the process of informing these laws. It enables the government to work towards achieving the aims and aspirations of the society. Therefore, it can be understood that the Constitution allows coordination and assurance. On the other hand, it can limit the powers of government. Bibliography. Acknowledgement. I would like to thank the school to give me this opportunity. I would even like to thank all the teachers to let me go ahead. Happy Indian Constitution Day to all of you all. Thank you.
Jai Hind and a very warm greeting to all the respectable persons present over here. Today, I would like to deliver a speech on the Constitution of India. Our Constitution came into effect on 26 November 1949. It tells us how a country should work. It gives us certain valuable rights to all citizens of India which are absent in other countries. A point to know is that our Constitution was criticized a lot in the beginning. Winston Churchill had said that the newly independent India will not be able to survive, but the efforts of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Jawaharlal Nehru had made the impossible thing possible by bringing all the divided states together. A lot of other people had made their valuable contributions to forming our constitution. The immortal name amongst them is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee. We had recently celebrated the 70th anniversary of our constitution. Our constitution has the features of various countries in it. Dr. Ambedkar, one of the most intellectual people, had analyzed the constitution of various countries and had adopted the goods from it to get it incorporated into the Indian constitution. We have learned, adopted, and incorporated all the positives of the constitutions worldwide. Our constitution is considered to be the longest written one in the world. The original handwritten constitution has been kept and preserved in the Parliament Library at New Delhi. It was handwritten by Mr. Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada. There are 1,17,369 words to the original English version of the Constitution. To date, our Constitution has undergone more than 100 amendments. The diverse population of India leads to these amendments. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity have been adopted from the French Revolution. It took approximately 3 years to finalize the performa of our constitution. 3 countries had started writing their constitutions together, which included India, Israel, and Pakistan. The Indian constitution is rigid as well as flexible. It takes care of all the citizens of India. Though our constitution is quite descriptive, it is silent as well on certain aspects. Our constitution carries the fundamental rights. It includes the fundamental rights in part 3 of the constitution. The forming was not at all an easy task. It is a gist of all the learnings which our ancestors have gone from freedom struggle, whose sole motto was to develop an ideal society. Thank you all for giving me your precious time.
Okay, Tisya, you can continue. Hold on, 1 minute, hold on.
Yes, teacher. Is my voice audible?
Yes.
The Indian Constitution, commonly referred to as the Bharatiya Samvidhan, is the longest constitution to ever be enforced. There was a vision to bring about an India which every soul would admire. The great and valorous leaders of India thought of how brightly India would shine, just like a star once it attained freedom. Later, though, realization dawned on them, and they got a taste of people's perspective. It was then seen how heavily devastated the families in India were deep inside after their independence. Hence arose the demand and need of an adequate constitution, which would be a sustainable foundation for the future of India. Our country, being diverse in culture, language, tradition, and demography, needed a powerful constitution. Our constitution was believed to be an inspiration for the upcoming generations. Hence, the best elements from various constitutions were chosen and added, making it the best of the best. It wasn't an easy task composing our constitution. In totality, the Constituent Assembly took a whole of 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days to complete the task of drafting a brilliant constitution for our newly independent India. This was an endeavor, an attempt to bring to life the India which the freedom fighters had dreamt of when sacrificing their lives. The Constituent Assembly comprised of some of the most distinguished and uplifting leaders of that time. Some of the greatest names that are remembered to this day include Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Sarojini Naidu, Maulana Azad, and Abul Kalam Azad. These and many other leaders spent several sleepless nights trying to bring about a decent and acceptable constitution for India and its people. Thank you.
Okay, children, this is the preamble, and you all are all going to read this. Okay. Tisya, Raina, Yashita, Samyukta, please unmute.
Yes.
Rudra, Vivan. Okay, all of you all are going to read it together. But if we unmute everyone, it's going to, not synchronize properly. Okay, so let's start. 1, 2, 3, go.
We,
The
people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist, secular, democratic republic, to secure to all its citizens social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Thank you, children. Thank you so much.
नमस्ते बच्चों, आज हम लोग विशेष रूप से एक दिवस मना रहे हैं। आज खास दिन क्या है बच्चों, कौन बताएगा?
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डे।
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डे हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं इसे?
संविधान दिवस।
यस, संविधान दिवस। तो आज हम लोग संविधान दिवस मना रहे हैं और ये खास दिवस है। और संविधान दिवस की विशेषता आपको याद है? कुछ कह सकते हैं इसके बारे में? क्योंकि आज के दिन हमारा संविधान पूरी तरह से बनकर तैयार हुआ था, तो उस दिवस को हम विशेष रूप से संविधान दिवस के रूप में मनाते हैं। संविधान सभा के अध्यक्ष कौन थे बच्चों? यस, भीमराव अंबेडकर जी थे। तो उनकी जयंती थी, जब 125वीं जयंती थी, उस शुभ अवसर पर इस दिवस को संविधान दिवस के रूप में हमने मनाना घोषित किया था। यानी भारत सरकार ने ये निर्णय लिया था और इसे संविधान दिवस के रूप में मनाना शुरू किया था। कोई भी कार्य करने का अधिकार है, रोजी रोटी कमाने के लिए हम कहीं पर भी जा सकते हैं, कहीं पे भी कोई भी काम शुरू कर सकते हैं। तो इस तरह से हमारे अधिकार की सीमा जो है वो संविधान ने नियत की है और हमें बहुत सारे अधिकार दिए। तो बच्चों, इस दिवस को हम विशेष रूप से आज मना रहे हैं और मुझे इस बात का हर्ष है कि आप लोग इस विषय में काफी कुछ जानते हैं। तो ये बहुत ही गौरवपूर्ण बात है कि हमारी नई पीढ़ी इस दिशा में आगे बढ़ रही है और वो पूरी तरह से सचेत है। वो जानती है उसके अधिकार क्या है, उसके कर्तव्य क्या है। तो कल को आप ही भावी नागरिक बनने वाले हैं, क्योंकि बच्चे जो हैं वो ही भावी नागरिक बनेंगे, तो देश उनके मजबूत कंधों पर होगा, सुरक्षित होगा, तो हमारा भविष्य सुरक्षित है। तो इस बात के लिए मुझे बहुत ही गर्व महसूस होता है। धन्यवाद बच्चों।
To preserve peace and justice, each nation has a certain set of rules for its people to obey. These rules describe that country, and together they form that nation's constitution. The right to equality, the right to citizenship, the right to freedom of religion, cultural and education rights, the right against exploitation, the right to constitutional redress are the basic rights of Indian people. Today, I, Nirmit Shah, am here to deliver a speech on the Constitution of India. Like any game with some rules of its own, each state has a constitution of its own. Football has one set of rules, and there is a separate set of rules for cricket. Such laws for the government are called the Constitution. These laws are there to repair the supreme government's framework. Every state must have a constitution because on the basis of certain rules and principles, every state works. A constitution, in the broadest sense, is the basic set of rules regulating an organized group's affairs. India's constitution became effective on January 26, 1950, although it was adopted on November 26, 1949 by the Constituent Assembly. A drafting committee led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar wrote it. It is the longest written constitution that describes the strength, processes, and responsibilities of India's government institutions and provides a comprehensive account of the people of our country's fundamental rights and responsibilities. The Constitution of India describes how the building blocks of the Indian political structure should be and dictates duties of the government. It gives every Indian their fundamental rights as a human being. With the Constitution of India coming into effect at long last, it had an immense significance. It signified the complete uprooting of British dominance. It signified a country where their people govern its people. It declared equality for all, which was non-existent in the British hierarchy. Through the adoption of the National Constitution of India, India declared itself as a democratic republic in the world. The Constitution of India is one of the most significant building blocks of modern Indian society as it is today. Its influence is vast and far-fetched. It teaches us Indians how we should live in peace and harmony as brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Every year on 26 January, we celebrate Republic Day. It is on this day in 1950 that the Constitution of India became effective. Although Dr. Ambedkar is known for his prominent role in drafting the Constitution, it was the fruit of the hard work of 299 people. The Indian Constitution is the lengthiest constitution in the world. Our country is so big, with so many cultures, castes and religions, and with so many states that people who drafted the Constitution had to focus on the minutest of details, making it unique from other constitutions of the world. The Constitution of India is known as the supreme document which gives detailed information about the duties and rights of the citizens of India. It has set a standard which needs to be followed to ensure law and order in the society and also needs to be helped to develop and prosper. More than 2,000 amendments were made to the Constitution of India to get it approved. It was adopted on 26 November 1949 and fully implemented on 26 January 1950. From that day, India is known as the Republic of India. The Indian national flag is hoisted at various places across the country, and the national anthem is sung to rejoice the day. National Constitution Day, a day dedicated exclusively to the Indian Constitution, came into existence in 2015. Political parties come and go, but what remains largely unchanged is the Constitution of India. It is the holy book of the Indian Republic. Thank you.
The Constitution. India celebrates its Constitution Day or Samvidhan Divas on November 26th every year to commemorate the adoption of the Constitution of India, as India embarked on a journey to become a sovereign, socialist and democratic republic. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. The document lays down the framework that demarcates fundamental political codes, structure, procedure powers and duties of government institution and sets down fundamental rights, directive principles and the duties of the citizens. The Indian Constitution is known as a living document because it can be changed or amended. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is regarded as the chief architect of the Indian Constitution and the father of the Indian Constitution. It is the longest constitution in the world. 117,369 words make it the longest constitution in the world. The Indian Constitution was published in Dehradun by Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada, an Indian calligrapher who handwrote the entire constitution. The constitution has a preamble and 470 articles grouped into 25 parts. The constitution has been amended 104 times. The latest amendment being made effective on 25th Jan 2020. The Constitution declares India a sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic. The national emblem was adopted on 26 January 1950, the day India was declared a republic with its constitution coming into effect.